I thank you for evaluating my Capstone project. I hope everything went well for you on your project. I'm launching the app now. I have already set up a number of patients and doctors based on Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Sorry, that's just so slow. It throws me off every time. And I also set up about 24 hours or at least 24 hours worth of check-ins for the patients. So there will be data to work with. So logging in is Happy, one of the Seven Dwarfs. And logging in is required for both patients and doctors to access any aspect of the apps. So I think the first thing I want to show you is the alarms. Okay, I've got 4 alarms set here. There is the option to add more than 4. You just click on an alarm to set it. And I'll set one to go off here in a couple minutes so that we can see that notification. Oh, how funny. It's already going off for the last one. Okay, well, I'll still set this one. Okay, done. 9:35 p.m. That's displayed here. And it is possible to add more and remove them once they're added. I'm going to go ahead and save the changes. And we'll see a little toast message confirming. And then we should be back here. So I'll go ahead and respond to that alarm we just received to check in. And there it is, time for a check-in, tap to check in, and I'm clicking on that. And I have, my strategy for the patient app was to make everything really big fonts, really big buttons, really easy to use. And the color coding is part of that. So good condition is green and the most severe conditions are red. So I'm going to say my pain is well controlled. And it's just so slow. And here's the first medication. Did you take your tramadol? Yes. And took it at, just showing you that these controls do work. I'll just say I took it last night. Done. And the time. Change the time so we can see that work. 9:29. Done. Great. Next. If I had clicked no, it would just set the date and time to 00. And we'll say no, I'm having no trouble eating or drinking. And let's go now, there's the verification toast message. We'll go down to the check-ins and see that that new check-in is reflected there. All of these queries happen in real time, so all the data is up to date. And there's the 9:32 check-in that I just did. So again, here's this color coding where the green color means well-controlled pain. It means you're taking all the medications. It means you're having no trouble eating or drinking. The yellow means some trouble eating or drinking, moderate pain, and in medications it means that you missed at least one medication but not more than half of your medications. And the red means that you missed more than half of your medications. So let's go look at the details for a check-in. I just click on one row in that list adapter and that opens the check-in details screen, and again sticks with that same color coding. And a person can have multiple medications and they'll each have their own separate line here showing the time the medication was taken and the date. Oh, and my gesture is a fling gesture. So I'm flinging to the right to move down in that list or earlier or back in time. So that's that. And I think that's everything for the patient. And we've done a check-in, we've done an alarm. So now I will log in as a doctor and we'll see the doctor alerts and okay, time for a check-in. I'm not sure how that would work if I was a doctor. I think that'll just get canceled. So I need to go all the way out to change the time because doctor check-ins happen every 15 minutes on the hour and 15 minutes after. Okay, I got the time updated, so we'll get a doctor reminder alert here soon. And logging back in now as a doctor, Dr. Doolittle. Oops, forgot a D. Okay, so the doctor default screen is the patient list, or home screen is the patient list. And I have color-coded the patients in the list so that the most critical patients will be easily visible. They're the ones in red. The ones in yellow have had 1 or 2 critical check-ins, but they haven't met the full criteria to be critical. And the ones in black are the ones who have no problems. Okay, so now I want to show you that reviewing the check-ins here looks just the same as it did on the patient screens. So I'm clicking on happy and then we'll see his check-in details list, just like we saw a minute ago when we were logged in as happy. Oh, and there's the alarm, patient needs attention. So let me back out of here and go, let's check these alerts that we get. So they come every 15 minutes on the hour and 15 minutes after, 30 minutes after, 45 minutes after. So we have 3 different patients who have submitted a critical check-in, or who have submitted a check-in and they meet the criteria, the 12-hour, 16-hour criteria. And this is since the last time the doctor's app has checked for alerts. So let's go check on Bashful and see what's happening for him. I'm clicking on the notification for Bashful, and we should be taken to the review check-in screen for Bashful. And here we can see that he is having trouble with a moderate pain level for more than 16 hours. So who else have we got here? Okay, let's see about the Evil Queen. See what's going on for her. She is having trouble with her eating and drinking for more than 12 hours. And finally, we'll check Grumpy. And for Grumpy, he's got a severe pain level issue. So there's the doctor notifications. And so every time a patient submits a check-in, the service does a bunch of calculations to see what kind of, goes back in time, the 12 hours, 16 hours, to see if that patient has trouble. And it notes that in both their check-in records and on their patient record, and that helps with this color coding here. And so when the doctor app checks for alerts every 15 minutes, it gets patients who've had a check-in with and met the critical criteria since the last time the doctor checked. Okay, I wanted to show you that here in the doctor app we have a new button that allows us to take a look at the medications for that patient and allows us to modify them. So we should see Happy's single medication. We saw that earlier that when he did his check-in, it was just tramadol. Let's add some methadone for Happy and click save. And we'll go on back to there's the verification message, and now we're back at his review check-ins. And let's just make sure that got saved. I'm clicking on the medications button again. And sure enough, there it is, saved. So I'm just backing out of this. Okay, I'm backing up to the patient list so that I can show you the search feature. And here in the action bar is a menu. And there's one thing in the menu, it says search. And we can search either by first name or last name or all of the above. So if I search for Sleepy, oh shoot, I put in the username Sleepy. I don't think that there will be any search results come back for Sleepy with a lowercase s. So let me retype that. This should work a little better. And there's the result, and this is that same patient list, list view with all the same logic built in. So I'm just clicking that to show you that that works exactly the same way. And let that update and go on back. Okay, so now let's try dwarf. Whoops. Let's see if I can spell or type. I'm so sorry. Okay, search. And we see all the patients with the last name of Dwarf. And let's see, if we put in both search criteria, let's do Snow White, that'll be fun. Snow White, search, and we get Snow White. So, and that is implemented on the server side. You'll see that in the code. Okay, I think now the only thing I need to do that I haven't done yet is we'll log back in as happy, and we'll see that that new medication shows up when he does a check-in. Whoops. All right, we'll do a check-in here. I figured it was fine to let patients do a check-in more often than their alarms, because it doesn't alter the math. They still have to have 12 or 16 hours of whatever the condition is, but this lets them, if they are having trouble, lets them get the word to the doctor faster. And let's say, we'll say the pain is in pretty good shape. And next we will see the 2 medications. Tramadol, yes, I took that. Next. And there's the methadone, yes. Next. If I click no, it just advances without displaying the time date thing here. And we'll say a little bit of trouble eating and drinking. And I believe I have shown you all the features of the app at this time. So thank you so much. Sorry this was so slow, and good night.